Live on Twitch, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Now we're live on YouTube. Cool. So I use this extension. Works pretty well. A lot of the time, actually, it's pretty amazing. I don't want to go to speechify.com because that's just going to show. That's probably going to take me to my to like the files I've uploaded. But anyway, it's called Speechify, and it's a company, and they have what is basically an AI speech to text. Nope, sorry, other way around. Text to speech app. It comes as an extension. They have an app on your phone. They have a web app that you can use. So if I, for example, I want to, let's see if we can find a good, something that it works on. So the problem I'm having with it is it works. I normally use a Windows PC for work, and I use it on that, and it works pretty well. But I was trying to use it. I cracked open my MacBook Air after a while, for like several months of not using it, and I tried to use Speechify, the Speechify extension in Arc, which is a browser, on this particular blog post that I found that I wanted to just have Speechify read it, which is something that it can do. It can just detect text, especially when it's in this article format, this like common sort of article format, and it'll just read it to you. And it has a variety of voices that it can read it to you, and they're not like they're top notch. Like they're really good. It doesn't sound like a robot most of the time. It does have some weird. It does read some things kind of weird. It is quite obviously not a human. It I would say it still reads enough things in a weird enough way that it's pretty obvious that it's not, Gwyneth Paltrow actually reading this article to me, or Snoop Dogg. Those are two examples of celebrity voices that you can use, that you can have read things to you. But yeah, it has some glitches, and for some reason, so like I said, it doesn't work. It's not working right now, but I don't know if it's because there's something messed up with the extension or it just doesn't support this page, because what will often happen, no matter which laptop I'm on or what OS I'm using or which browser I'm using, it just won't, the extension just won't work sometimes. Because I have, it has a shortcut key to turn on the extension and open up the little UI with that has like a play button and all the little controls. And I'm sorry, I should probably flip over here. Oh, I have that mapped to a button on my mouse. And that's normally how I open it and activate it. But often I will click that and nothing will happen. And then I'll click it again and it will work. Or the second time it won't work, but I'll refresh the page and then try again and it'll work. But then I never get any error messages that say this, there was an error and Speechify couldn't start up or anything like that. So yeah, it's hard to tell when it's just not working or it's not working for this particular page. And I can tell there are certain websites that it just won't work for, even if they seem to be the simplest, a normal blog style, probably even a a server side rendered or statically generated site. So in my mind, it should be even simpler. It's not like when the extension loaded, there was no content on the page or anything like that. Uh, it it definitely had something to read, and it should be in a fairly standardized. If we pick this and we go to inspect, I mean, this is pretty much exactly what you would expect to see, right? There's an article. This is using semantic HTML. I guarantee you some pages that I've had I've seen it not work on pages just like this that have all the nice semantic HTML in use, and then I've seen it working on pages where I know that that's not the case. So I don't know what makes it not work and what makes it work sometimes, but I thought, instead of using my using my human eyeballs and reading this article for myself, I would just move on to something else. It made me think, I wonder if I could just stop using, at this point, maybe I could self host something and just stop using Speechify and use something like Piper, or maybe another project that builds on top of Piper, which is a text to speech. Um, what would you call it? A fast local neural text to speech system is what they call it. Um, and I hear good things about this. Runs on a Raspberry Pi. So I think this is probably too low level to just use out of the box, because I want something that works kind of like Speechify. It would be nice if there was a browser extension that can detect text in an article, for example, and then run it through something like Piper, and then it would play. So I think, yeah, down here we have people using Piper. So let's take a look at this. See if there's anything interesting. Home Assistant, that's pretty neat. I wonder if do they link directly to Piper, to their Piper stuff? Let's try that. I wonder what Home Assistant is doing with it. I guess uh, probably like a smart speaker. They have that smart speaker that open source smart speaker that they announced recently. Raspy wants this. Raspy 3. Non-visual desktop access. Interesting. Is that like a accessibility, like desktop accessibility? Empowering lives through non-visual access to technology. Yeah, looks like it probably is. Is a lot of white background and not a lot of text. Vim Piper. Open source voice assistant toolkit. It's cool. What is RuneLite? RuneScape stuff. Give everyone a voice in old school RuneScape for all characters and players. Make Linux speak what's on screen. Okay. Text to speech for Vim using Piper. This is interesting. Okay.
Down. Brought. Brought. Down. Brought. Down.
Wow, that's oh my god, gets me every time.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Okay.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Okay. Okay. Man, I wish I could what's a website that I could get maybe get Speechify working? I feel like I've read articles from this site. God, why is it? Uh, now let's try the extension again. Oh well. Actually, God, back to where we started. Here we go. Please don't pop up with anything embarrassing. It's I don't think that's going to open either. Okay. Okay. It's like I've never used this, but I installed it on this laptop.
DSA tutorial. Data
Okay.
structure.
Okay. Calm down, lady. So this is what Let's turn the gain down on the system sound. This is kind of the what it looks like if you just give it a link and let it scan a website, and then it just extracts all of the text on the screen, and then you can let it read it. Where's the... Okay, so that was this crappy one. Let's use Gwyneth.
Welcome to Speechify. Speechify can read to you.
Okay, calm down.
DSA data structures and algorithms is the study of organizing data efficiently using data structures like arrays, stacks, and trees, paired with step-by-step procedures or algorithms to solve problems effectively.
Yeah, see, not bad. Sounds really good. Oh, there you go. And it's much nicer when you can just use it directly from the browser, and you get some controls in it. Just sometimes I use the view that that we were just looking at, just so I don't have to look at ads, or, you know, if I just hate the way the website looks. But most of the time I'll just read it on the page. Anyway, let's try looking for open source. Maybe there's an alternative to entry for Speechify. Alternative to. And we apparently don't care about my system settings. We're back to light mode on this page. God, that's... Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is too bright for me. Thank you. 11 Reader. Your ultimate reading experience. Okay, so that's just an EPUB reader, EPUB/PDF reader. That's another thing that you can do with Speechify. But I've also noticed a lot of, at least mobile EPUB readers have started to incorporate like really, or at least pretty good sounding text-to-speech features. So, but I'm not going to change everything to an EPUB. That would be ridiculous. Read aloud extension. Text-to-speech browser extension. Sure. Maybe let's just search open source text-to-speech. Just going to bring me right back to where I was. Just a text-to-speech engine. Apps. Forgot I had this. Written in pure Java. Okay. Open source text-to-speech server. Written in Python. Totally forgot. Play some music. Don't you hate that? You wind up on a GitHub. They give you a link to their actual site, and it's worse. It looks worse than if they just had it in GitHub, had the same information in GitHub. So I guess I don't know all the pieces that even make up a TTS system. Oh, this is the one that's written in pure Java. I hate when things are written in impure Java. It's so dirty. It's gritty, really. It gets everywhere. Okay, well that's that. I think I'm done here. I'm done for today.